Have you ever used a phrase, one you thought you totally had down, just a simple everyday kind of phrase,
Yeah.
and then you hear it somewhere else in a totally different way,
Yeah.
and you realize, oh, wow, I only knew half the story.
Happens all the time, especially with phrasal verbs. They're slippery.
Exactly. And that's what we're diving into today. Our star is that deceptively simple one, take back.
Ah, yes, take back. It's a classic example. It seems so straightforward at first. You learn it maybe at a B1 level, probably about shopping.
Right, returning something.
Yeah, and you think, okay, got it. But we've been looking through, quite a bit of material, notes, usage examples, and it shows take back just goes way beyond that. It steps out of the physical into, well, emotions, politics, even memory. It's surprisingly versatile.
So that's our mission for this deep dive. We want to unpack take back across, 5 distinct meanings.
5 key ones, yeah.
And we want to take you, our listener, from that basic transactional use you learned early on, all the way to some pretty complex C1 level stuff. Relationships, grammar, the works, all in, hopefully under 15 minutes or so.
And there is a thread, actually, that kind of ties them all together. If you think about it, every meaning involves some kind of reversal.
Reversal, okay, how so?
Well, you're reversing a sale, or reversing something you said, or reversing a separation between people, even kind of reversing time in your memory.
I see, like undoing something.
Precisely. Keep that idea of reversal in mind. It's like the conceptual anchor. Okay, ready to jump into the first one? The most basic.
Let's do it. The starting point.
Cry.
Okay, meaning number one, this is the one we mentioned, the B1 level, super common. It's basically the physical act of returning something, usually to a store or maybe the person you borrowed it from, a sort of commerce meaning.
Yeah, this is purely functional. I took back the jacket yesterday because it was the wrong size. Simple as that.
And that past simple tense there, took back.
Yeah.
Just nails it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A single finished action. You undid the purchase. Done.
Exactly. Clean, straightforward. But it gets a bit more layered pretty quickly when you think about why you can take things back.
You mean like store policies and rules?
Right. Suddenly it's not just about you deciding. The language often shifts to include modal verbs like must or have to. It becomes about obligation.
Ah, okay. Like on a sign or something.
Exactly. Think about store policy language. Customers must take back items with proof of purchase within 30 days. See? The must makes it impersonal, a requirement.
Takes the choice out of it and makes it a rule. Got it. And, I've noticed sometimes, especially when talking about defects, the focus shifts. It's put in the passive voice. Why is that?
That's a really good point. It's often about shifting focus away from the person doing the returning. If a store or manufacturer talks about a problem, they might say the shoes were taken back due to a manufacturing defect.
So it highlights the defect, the reason for the return.
Precisely. Rather than the unhappy customer bringing them back, it depersonalizes it a bit, makes it sound more technical, maybe less about blame. It's a subtle shift, but you see it in formal complaints or company statements.
Interesting. So even the basic meaning has these little nuances in how it's used.
Okay, so now we make a big jump. Forget physical objects entirely.
Right.
Definition 2 is about withdrawing something you said, a statement, maybe promise, even an accusation. We're firmly in B2 territory now, dealing with social stuff, arguments, public statements.
Wow. Okay. So going from taking back a faulty toaster to taking back like an insult or a claim, that's a huge leap in significance.
It really is. This is where the phrase suddenly picks up a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Because it's tied to, well, accountability, apologies, admitting you were wrong. You hear it constantly in debates, media, politics.
Yeah, you do. So an example like, okay, I took back what I said once I calmed down. That's personal accountability, right?
Yeah.
Using the past simple again for that completed act of retraction.
Exactly. Or think about a public figure you might hear. She has taken back her accusation after hearing the truth. Using the present perfect there is key.
Why the present perfect specifically?
Because it emphasizes the current result. The retraction happened, and now the situation is different. The record has, theoretically, been corrected, and that affects things right now.
Gotcha. That makes sense. And I guess you hear it looking forward to, like a promise.
Definitely. I will take back my statement if it turns out to be wrong. It's sort of a pledge of future correction, an attempt to show good faith.
But, here's the thought. With everything being recorded, posted online, can you really take back words anymore? Does the phrase still work?
That is the crucial modern problem, isn't it? Our source material touches on this tension. Linguistically, the structure, take back, implies reversal is possible, but practically.
Yeah.
Well, we had that example. I'm not able to take back what I said once it's already recorded or tweeted or whatever. The words are out there.
Right. You can apologize, you can retract, but the original statement still exists somewhere.
Exactly. So the phrase itself, the idea of taking words back, remains powerful and important in how we talk about responsibility. But its actual power to erase or fully reverse is often, let's say, limited by technology and the permanence of digital media.
So the language hangs on, even if reality makes it messy.
Fascinating. Okay, let's shift again. And this time, I feel like the emotional stakes get even higher. Definition 3, C1 level this time. It means to forgive someone and accept them back, usually into a relationship.
Yeah, this is a big one. We've gone from returning a blender to retracting words, and now we're talking about, taking back a partner or maybe a friend after a break or a fight.
The context is just so different. Very dramatic, potentially.
It really is. And what's interesting here linguistically is how often this meaning shows up in continuous tenses. Think about, she takes him back every time he apologizes. That's present simple, showing a repeated habit.
Yeah, a pattern.
But then listen to this. He has been taking her back over and over again for years. Ooh, yeah, that present perfect continuous. It adds a whole layer of weariness, doesn't it?
Exactly. It's not just about single acts of forgiveness anymore. It paints a picture of a long, perhaps exhausting cycle. The duration, the repetition, that's what the continuous tense captures so well.
Way more powerful than just saying he took her back again.
Absolutely. And because reconciliation is often, well, conditional.
Right. There are usually terms involved.
You see it a lot in conditional sentences. The first conditional is common. If he truly means his apology, I will take him back. Future action depends entirely on that if clause.
Makes sense. And I suppose you get advice using it too.
Oh, constantly. Using modals like should. You really should not take him back unless you see some real change. Or maybe you ought to consider not taking him back this time.
So the phrase becomes a tool for kind of navigating those really complex emotional decisions and boundaries.
Perfectly put. It's all about the dynamics of forgiveness and reconciliation. All right, meaning number 4 takes us somewhere else entirely. This one's a bit more abstract. No physical return, no verbal retraction, no relationship mending.
Okay, where are we going now?
Into the mind. This meaning of take back is when something reminds you strongly of the past. A smell, a song, a place. It triggers a memory, often a nostalgic one. It's like mental time travel.
Ah, I know exactly what you mean. Like a certain song comes on the radio and suddenly you're 16 again.
That's precisely it. And notice the grammar there. It flips. You aren't the one doing the taking back.
Oh, right. The song takes me back, or the smell takes me back. The trigger is the active agent.
Yes. The thing, the photo, the scent, whatever it performs the action, like, wow, that smell is taking me back to my grandmother's kitchen.
And using the present continuous there is taking me back.
Right.
Why that tense?
Because the feeling is immediate. It's happening right now. The memory isn't just a quick flash. It feels like an ongoing process pulling you into that past moment as you're experiencing the trigger.
Makes the memory feel really vivid and present. Yeah, I get that. Like you're actually being transported.
Exactly. And while that active structure, the smell takes me back, is common, you also see the passive voice here too.
How would that work?
I was taken back to my childhood by the scent of jasmine. Using the passive emphasizes that you're sort of powerless in that moment. The memory just washes over you. You're the recipient of the action, not the initiator.
Right. You didn't choose to remember. It just happened to you because of the smell.
Precisely. And you'll hear modals used here too, talking about the potential of these triggers. A single photo can take you back decades, or sometimes a certain taste might take you back to a specific meal.
It highlights the surprising power of these little sensory details.
It does. It shows the verb isn't just for external actions, but for these involuntary internal experiences too.
Okay, we've reached the final meaning. Number 5. This one is about regaining possession or ownership of something that was yours to begin with. Something maybe you lent out or rented, or it was lost or even stolen.
Right. And this one's marked as C1. And importantly, often a bit more formal or used in specific contexts, like property or legal matters. It's also labeled uncommon compared to the others.
Now, wait a second. This sounds potentially confusing. Regaining possession. Taking something back. How is this different from meaning 1, taking something back to the store? Both involve getting a physical object back.
That is the key distinction to clarify. It's a potential pitfall. They both involve an object changing hands, heading back towards an origin point, in a sense.
So if I say I took back the sweater, that's meaning one, right? Returning an unwanted item.
Usually, yes. The context implies you bought it and are returning it. I took back the blender because it was broken. Definitely meaning one, reversing a purchase due to a fault.
Okay, but what about an example for meaning 5 then?
Think about property or lending. After the lease ended, the company took back the equipment. Or they've taken back the property they were renting out.
Oh, okay. The crucial difference is ownership.
Exactly. Intent and underlying ownership. In meaning 5, you're reclaiming something that is fundamentally yours, even if someone else had it temporarily. The action is about restoring your rightful possession.
So it's not about getting a refund or swapping sizes. It's about getting your own stuff back.
Precisely. Like, I finally took back my bike from my cousin who borrowed it months ago, or she took back her necklace from the pawn shop.
Okay, the pawn shop example makes it really clear. You're recovering something you own, settling a debt perhaps, definitely not returning it because you didn't like it.
Right. So context is everything. While meaning 5 uses the same core words, the situation lending, renting, reclaiming owned items, often in slightly more formal or financial settings, tells you it's different from a simple store return. It's less frequent in casual chat, but important for understanding ownership changes.
So let's just zoom out for a second. We've gone through 5 pretty different scenarios for take back, haven't we? From
Steps to arguments to making up.
To nostalgia.
And finally, to getting your property back. But that core idea we started with.
The reversal. It holds up, doesn't it?
It really does. Every single meaning involves reversing something. A transaction, words, a separation, the passage of time and memory, or temporary possession. That's the logical thread.
And that's actually super helpful for you, the listener. If you hear take back, don't panic. Just look at the object of the verb. What is being taken back?
Exactly. Is it a physical product you bought? Probably meaning 1.
Is it words, a statement, an accusation, meaning 2?
An ex-partner or friend, meaning 3.
Is it you being taken back by a memory, meaning 4?
Or is it your own property being reclaimed, meaning 5? The object reveals the context.
Yeah, that simplifies it a lot.
And just appreciate the sheer grammatical range we saw. This verb works across so many tenses and structures. We saw past simple, present perfect, present continuous, future simple, modals, conditionals.
Even that complex future perfect example you gave earlier worked naturally. By next Friday, the company will have taken back all the leased cars.
It's incredibly flexible, a real grammatical workhorse. Mastering it means seeing how the context dictates not just the meaning, but also the subtle tense choices that add layers of information, like that continuous tense for ongoing relationship issues.
It really is like a Swiss Army knife, that phrase.
Yeah.
More complex than it looks. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the many lives of take back.
Hope it was useful.
Go out there now and listen for it. See if you can spot which of the 5 worlds it's operating in next time you hear it.